Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just doing a quick mic test. I assume you guys can hear me all good. Let me know if you can in the chat, please. Okay, fantastic. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the stream. Today we'll be flying from London Gatwick all the way to Sardinia, Cagliari in Italy. It should be roughly about a 2 hour and 15-minute flight, I believe. We'll be carrying a total of 174 passengers, and the 5 viewers that we got on the stream, you are 5 of them already. So welcome aboard. Okay, let's begin. So we're first going to have to set up from our cold and dark position, set up the aircraft, get it ready to fly, I guess. So the first thing we'll do is turn on both the batteries, and that will start all the systems up, and we will connect to external power, and now all the systems are now booting up. There you go. The air system's spooling up. You can hear the sounds. I'm assuming the game audio is not too loud. You can still hear me while watching the stream with all this sounds going on. I'm pretty sure, right? Yes, ASAP. FPS drops. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 we're talking about here. You know, you need a pretty beefy computer to even have a chance in you know, flying things, making things look neat. And because obviously we're flying in London Gatwick, and I've got this huge mod which makes the whole airport look very realistic, like just like the real life version. So there will be a lot of textures, a lot of sort of frame drops in here. So yeah, I guess you'll just have to handle that and bear with us before we take off. I'm pretty sure the FPS will be just fine after we take off anyway, so you'll be all good. But yes, moving on now, we'll be doing our own sort of flight checks, making sure everything that is working nominally and turning on everything that we need to fly. So first of all, we'll be turning on the ADIS system, switching them on all to nav, waiting until we get the on battery sign come up soon. Should come up, there you go. You see it right here. Just basically its own function test to see if the ADIS system will work on you know, its own battery power, etc. So it's all working normally. Moving down, there's nothing else here. Lights that need turning off or on. Crew oxygen supply is off, so we'll turn that on now. We will turn the ground control on when we get the tug in, which will be pretty soon. We've got the fuel pumps, we'll leave that off for now. We're not going to turn on anything yet. We've got the pack nominal fly, yeah, that's all good. The cockpit, the temperatures, it might have set a little bit colder in the cockpit. We'll leave it normal on the cabins as well. Moving on down, everything looks nominal on that end as well. Okay, that's great. We'll turn on the nav and logo lights. We will also turn on the internal dome lamps. Just a quick test of all the lights here on the panels. Everything looks nominal, no lights are out, all good. Fantastic. We'll also turn the seatbelt signs on. We'll set the no smoking signs to auto, and we will arm the emergency exit lights as well. Okay, all is good. Now we will run ourselves the APU test, and APU fire test, sorry, in case there was a fire with the APU while starting it up. We know, oh, don't want to do that. Don't want to set off the APU. Engage for the anti-fire. There you go. Push the test button, and we'll get the huge annoying alarm. It's all working nominally. Fantastic. Okay. And now we'll put all the fuel pumps on and start up the APU by putting on the master switch. And you will see down here, oh, what we've done there, the APU will start up on the center screen there, the flap open, so therefore it's ready to start the APU, and we'll start up by pressing that button there. Now the APU will start up, which will start to generate power for us when we disconnect the actual external power inside the aircraft. Moving on down, we'll set up the PFD screens and adjust the brightness so it's a bit brighter for us, so we can see it a bit more clearer. The same goes for the eCam displays. We'll put up the brightness on that up as well. There you go, you can see the end percentage going up to 100%, which is all good. Now obviously it's available and power is being generated for us. Of course, when we disconnect the external power, it will start to give us the power that we need. Okay, we'll adjust the lights on this as well. Fantastic. Cool. We'll move on down, and no, we'll leave the floodlights on. We'll adjust these as well. There you go. Everything looks nominal. Fantastic, everything's all set up and good to go for that one. As you can see here, as we got the no smoking signs and the seatbelt signs on, it will show up on the computer itself. Of course, there's no, as it's on auto, the no smoking signs will turn off when we take off, so we have a bit more space to deal with in case we get any sort of errors going on in the eCam. We also have an IR line message saying that we need at least 5 minutes for the internal sort of navigation systems to align itself, the RS aligned, etc, etc, so we know where we are within the world. So that should be all good. And now we can have a look at the MCDU menu and set all that up. So first of all, we're going to data, get the RS. Yeah, that's in line at the minute. Okay, cool. There you go. Okay, so you've got the correct engines, we've got the LEAP engines, we've got the correct nav data as well. So from the 7th of October to the 3rd of November, so we're currently in date with our nav database, which is perfect. So we might as well go in the OC menu and start off the initiation / review, and we'll request that from the sim brief that we've set up from before the stream started. So now we've got obviously the departure code, which is the Gatwick one, and the destination code, etc. Fuel on board, we'll have to change that. That's our flight number, U22999. There you go. All's good. Yep, seems like that's all good. Auto land. Okay. Never seen that one before. Okay, fantastic. Now we'll set up the initiation, the inits for the MCDU, and we'll click that, and everything does itself pretty much. Of course, if you didn't have SimBrief, we'll be manually doing it ourselves. But of course, who wants to do that these days? They want to fly more than use these computers in the first place, so I might as well use SimBrief to do it for us. Of course, the alternate is already logged in. If we can't land in Sardinia, Cagliari, that will be our alternate airport that we'll be flying to. So it's there. Okay, the Tropo, I need to confirm that. It is not correct. The Tropo is indeed 41797. Put that in. There you go. Rounds up to 4180. Cool. Cruising altitude will be at flight level 390, so that's 39,000 feet. So good. Wind and temp. No, we'll deal with that later. Yep. Okay, we'll deal with that for a second. We'll go back to the MCDU menu and go into the AOC menu and set up the fuel that we need. And we'll get that requested. There we go. And start asking for the passengers. There we go. Sorted, and start the boarding process. Fantastic. Okay, so we'll need to set up the Navigraph charts, and hopefully it gives us, yep, okay, fantastic. Now I need to enter the code for Navigraph. So just bear with me while I do that. There we go. Fantastic. No, we won't do that. Flight plan was detected in the simulator. No thanks. Okay, we'll set up the flight that we need. If we can access it in the first place, there you go. Cool, and do it from the sim brief. Yeah, we'll use that. So we'll know what we're doing. QR code for present time update. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Stixon. Not sure what you mean. Okay, one thing we'll get the charts for is the departure charts. Oh, we don't want to do that. There we go, click on it and then pin it so we can access it later on. And of course we need the amazing, no, I think that should be it. Okay, cool. We'll leave those be. And we'll move on down to the approach for Sardinia. Yeah, we've got an approach chart for this as well. We'll pin that too. That should be relatively easy. And then obviously, okay. So that's departure set for that destination. Yeah, approach that, and then of course the ILS approach for that as well, which I'll have to get the chart for as well. There you go, fantastic, and pin that on there as well. Alternatives, yeah, we can get the approach chart for those as well. Obviously this is the alternative airport. If we don't manage to land down there, we'll go up to Fertilia and land on the airport over there instead. But I don't think we'll have too much issues, so we should be able to land on the destination airport anyway, so it should be okay. In the meantime, let's set up my booking. We'll start the flight for this then. Yep. Cool. I also need to set up my self-loading cargo. I always forget to do that. Self-loading cargo is pretty much a software which lets you simulate an actual airline with sort of passengers in the aircraft and with safety announcements from the cabin crew, etc., etc., and of course the pilot talking to people, etc. So it's a really good piece of kit. I'm hoping it works. Yes, it works. Fantastic. Now we'll import that from SimBrief. Does take a while though. Easyjet, cool. Okay, we'll start that. Flight, all's good. Okay, we'll put that aside for a second, and oh, bit laggy there. Oopsie. We'll import that from SimBrief as well, so we've got some basic information on there. Of course, the QNH is different from that one. Yeah, 1022. So we'll set that accordingly. It seems like the ADIS is now aligned, so we are good to go for that one as well. Set that to 2 actually. So now we'll request the passengers to board along with the baggage. Should be ready to board. I don't know if this is going to attach or not. Is it going to attach? What are you doing, mate? It's green now. Got some music going in there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It should be attaching. But it seems like it's not. Which is very interesting. We can do it. Oh, what the fuck is that? I don't want to tug. Fuck off. Go away. Get back into your corner. Yeah, that's right. You stay there. Could that be the problem? Please tell me that's the problem. Because of that fucking tug going glitching in through the airport there. It doesn't seem to be working with me for some reason. Maybe if I do this. Oh, never mind. Didn't do anything. Come on. Give me the ground connection. I can do. Oh. Never mind. Seems to not do what it's told. I might have to ask for ATC, which I don't really like doing. If it works, come on. So, Gatwick ground services. Please give me the jetway connection.
Gatwick ground EZ28HB112 could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
What? Okay, seems like it doesn't want to help me. Very interesting.
Hi Penny, we're happy to get going. So, as soon as you're ready, you can open the doors and start to let the passengers board. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay. So to prevent that issue, we just boarded all the passengers anyway, because it seems like the jetway was a bit glitched out, so it's all fine. All's good. Right, so we will departure from. Seems like we will take the Bogner X. Runway 26 left via the Bogner, or whatever the fuck it is, BOGN 1X. Yeah, we'll do that one using that SID, and we'll insert that. I'm hoping there's no flight plan discontinuities, so we'll just clear that, and it should connect. Come on, clear. There you go. Fantastic. Yeah, seems all good on that end. Look how many checkpoints there are, Sticks, and look at that. So many. Another flight plan discontinuity. But we'll just set our destination anyway, and then we'll deal with that later on. So it seems like we'll be going to runway 32. The W approach, I'm guessing. ILSW, yes. Seems like okay. ILS 32W. Just double checking. Yes, via PIDA. Seems like. Fucking find it. Is it there? Or am I looking at the wrong one? Cova, yeah, it's Cova 1E. Cova 1E. There you go. See, I haven't flown for a while, so yeah, there you go, via Apida. There you go, it's fantastic. That's all good. Now we've got to check the flight plan, make sure there's no discontinuities in there. Seems like everything is good. I'm hoping. Yeah. Cool. So that's all good and set up. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be using flaps 1 for this. I'm not sure what the flex to temp is. But we'll leave those out as well. Engine out, ACC, yep. Okay. The Trans-Alt we'll have to find out from the Nevergraph. So we'll have a look at this and just take a peek where the trans altitude is 6,000, so we'll do that really quickly. Oh, so we'll enter 6,000 there. Cool. And we'll do 60 for that. Cool. So the V2 speeds are going to be 138 for this one, 134 for this one, and 133 for V1. That's great. And assuming that the block fuels are good, so the block fuel that we've got at the minute, we've got 7.3, I guess. So we'll enter that. 7.3 tons. do that. It should predict everything that we need. Yep, ultimate time, yep, 21 minutes. Final time, yep. Cool, we've got extra 26 minutes in case anything did went haywire anyway, and we've got obviously an extra 30 minutes just in case we have to go around, etc. Got trip wind of T30, so we'll enter that in there. Yep, cool. So that seems to be all nominal for that one. Performance is looking good. IRS, yep, set to nav. Everything is nominal for that one. All good. So moving on to the actual departure charts, we'll be heading off. We can only go a maximum of 220 knots. Let's go up between 5,000 and 2,500 feet. Yep. Okay, all the way down there. And then eventually move up when we go around that corner, move up to 6,000 feet. And then initiate the standards. Barometer, and then move our way down to Bognor. So we can only travel at a maximum of 220 knots when we're out of the airport, and then eventually when we get to KKS 17, which is here, we can go to a maximum of 250 knots, and obviously after we've finished the final objective in Bognor, we can go as fast as we want. There you go, max 250 knots below flight level 100 unless otherwise authorized. So there we go. That should clear it up for us now. It's fantastic. So we'll put the constraints on, and we'll put that on. The ADF, yeah, cool. So as you can see here, you can see the constraints here as well as we're going along that path, which is fantastic. So we will basically climb up to 4,000, I guess, when we get there. And that should be all good. Okay, I think we're ready for that tug. We are good to go. Pretty sure we are. Park and brake is of course on. So good. I will leave the air traffic control later on. Okay. Seems nominal. There we go.
Hello, Captain. It's Penny, the cabin manager. Just to let you know, all passengers are now on board and the doors are closed.
That's great. Thanks.
Okay, we're ready for push and start. I believe we've got... Yeah, there you go. We're good to go, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Okay, we're ready for push and start, so we will go ahead and disconnect the parking brake and of course get ready to push. And now we will set the engine to the start switch and start the engine one, and then sooner or later we'll hear the engine rumbling, which is the sexiest sound known to man. Oh wait, I forgot something. Hold on. Stop. One thing I forgot. Right, let's set that back to how it should be. Rookie mistake, APU bleed. Always put the APU bleed on before starting the engine, otherwise you won't have any pressure going towards the engine,
doors to automatic,
etc.
Thank you.
So that's going to be crazy. We'll put the beacon lights on as well because we are now pushing back, and we'll put the engines on as well. I might as well put the wing lights on as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
We'll just stop it here then.
Put the mask over your nose and mouth.
Terrible. It should be directly on the line.
With the strap. Pull on each side.
Terrible
to adjust.
pilot.
Put on your own mask before helping others.
Okay,
if we land on water, take the life
now.
jacket from under your seat.
Off the tug.
Put it over your
Thanks,
head.
Tug.
Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube.
And we'll start
There's a
engine
light
number 2.
and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray
And you'll hear
table
the
must now
PTU.
be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
We'll wait until the engines are started. Of course, engine number 1 has started. Now we're waiting for number 2 to start. It's company procedure for Easyjet. Whenever they're pushing and start is to switch on engine 1 first and then engine 2. So moving down, yep, all should be good for that one. Cool. Wind's not that bad. 209 knots, so good. I'm pretty sure the engine is almost ready. It should say available once it's good to go. Unless I've missed it. There we go. Well, I guess it's bugs. Cool. Now we'll set that back to normal. All was good. And might as well, while we're here, start the flight checks. So that's left, right, up, and down. And then, if I can get my bloody thing right, do the rudders. Yeah, all good. Left, right, all good. Fantastic. Now as the engines have turned on, we can turn off the APU bleed and turn off the master switch for the APU, allowing it to shut down. We won't be using ATC whatsoever because I'm not confident with using that at the minute. So we'll pretty much get ready to taxi off right now.
For the attention of the cabin crew, please be seated for takeoff.
Oh no, not takeoff, taxi. There you go. Right. So we will go all the way down L and then turn right to P, then to what seems to be Z, and then M. Okay, that's fantastic. So let's turn off the parking brake, and that should be all good and good to go. Okay, let's have a little push. Ignore the ground vehicles. They will not move out of your way. So if there are vehicles in front of you, you won't be able to wait until they pass you. You just have to go through them. So we'll just pretend, you know, you can't see them. Just pretend you can't see them. There you go. Now we'll take a right here. Is good. We're on the way to take off, so we'll be taking off pretty soon. Muzzle, arm the spoilers, put the flaps to 1 as well. Do the takeoff config. Yes, it better. Yeah, cool. Okay, takeoff config is not set up correctly. We'll do flaps 1. Test it again. There you go. It's cleared now. Auto brake to max. And pull the cruise.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
And we won't take this one. We'll take this left. Yeah. Good. And we'll make our way all the way at the end. Yes, I can hear the plane engine. Can you guys hear it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you did when it was starting up, but it was the really deep noise, you know, when starting up with the engine. It was pretty cool. I loved it. I'll also set that to auto. And we won't turn right here. TCAS is not a standby, it seems like. Okay, we'll just stop here really quickly. Oh, bit of a... Aha, there we go. Sorted. Okay, we're good to go. Now we use the power of these mighty engines to navigate ourselves to the runway. And here we are, that's the runway right in front of us when we turn right. Obviously everything is checked out, everything is good to go. Yep, so we'll just quickly stop here, turn on all the lights. We'll put the strobes on. Yeah, runway turn off. We'll put the landing lights on as well, because you need as much light as you can when taking off and landing as well. So we are good to go. So now we'll line up ourselves on the runway and we'll take off. There you go. All is good to go. Okay, let's not waste any time, and let's set N1 to 40 to make sure everything is nominal. Yep, everything is nominal with the engines. Let's go. Go Toga. Okay. Oh.
100 knots.
V1 rotates. And there we go.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Shut up, ATC. I'm not even going to talk to you now. Autopilot is on and is now doing everything we need. It's now climbing up to its altitude that we need. Spoilers. That's all good. Not bad takeoff there. It was just seems to be either a bug or an error on my end for the takeoff config, because I had to push the throttle all the way to Toga. And we really don't need to do that. We could just went to the flex one instead, but it seemed to have an error, so we just went full on Toga, so we didn't have any more errors, which is all good. And the landing gear, of course, needs to turn up. You can't forget your landing gear, mate. There you go, landing gear is now up, and we can now start our climb to 5,000. Same time we can put the flaps up. Back to 0, and we should be all good to go. Of course, then we'll have to turn off the landing lights, etc., and set up to cruise sort of configuration.
gentlemen, the captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. You may now move around the aircraft. However, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt securely fastened and visible to the cabin crew whenever you are seated. This is for your personal safety, in case of sudden or unexpected
might as well
turbulence.
turn off.
Having your seatbelt visible
lights.
will negate the need for the cabin crew to wake you if you are sleeping and the seatbelt sign is switched on again. The lavatories are now in service.
Yep, all good. Yeah, your camera looks phenomenal. Get that cruise now, fantastic. Autopilot is of course on, auto throttle is on. All is good. Fantastic. You can probably see on the stream itself, on the bottom right corner, where we are on the map and the sort of route that we're taking, I believe, and at the top as well you should be able to see all the details of the actual flight itself, what aircraft I'm using, and the actual details of the actual flight. For example, my altitude, my speed, etc., and the stage of the flight that we're in as well. So it should be good. Okay, we'll set that not to QNH but to standard now. It was good. We'll keep that. Climbing up to 6. Level 60. We still can't go over 250 knots, so we have to wait until we go to Bognor, and then of course after Bognor we can go as fast as we want and as high as we want as well. Good. At the same time, while we're going to Bognor, once we get there, we'll start to ascend up to flight level 390. Should be good. I'm assuming you guys can see the map on the bottom right and everything on the top. Can you guys see it? Because I don't actually know what I can see on the stream and what I can't. In fact, I might do that. Yes, I do. Okay, cool. One of the cool features of the bar at the top is that you can see there's a tiny little white, it seems like a white underline, but it's actually not. It's actually a bar, and you can already see that sort of that orangey colour on that bar is going to the right a bit more as well. That's basically the progress bar of the actual flight itself. We've just taken off, so of course it'll only cover a bit of the actual flight itself, which is fantastic. Okay, we're just about to reach Bognor, so we might as well put the flight level to 390 now and start our increase to the cruise level. There you go. And now we are climbing. You see the beautiful clouds, which doesn't seem to be simulated that well, but it looks a bit meh. Graphics are not too great, but it's what I had to do in order to save a bit of frames there, because the frames are a bit shocking, to be honest. But yeah, it all seems to be nominal for that end. There's nothing going on here. One thing I did unfortunately forget. Just wait. So that announcement's gone through.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Okay, that's gone through. Could you guess, right? Could you guess what I forgot? Just say in the chat, right? So remember when I did the APU fire test? Yeah, just write down in the chat what else I forgot to do after I'd done that. Of course, after we was about to push and start. Could you guess what it is? Sounds absolutely ridiculous. I'll give you a couple of minutes to guess what it is, and I'll let you know. It's completely obvious what I missed out. Would have been a fatal mistake if anything happened to the engines hint. It's the only hint I'm going to give out. No, Stixon, I didn't forget to check the coolant and oil level. So basically I forgot to do the 2 engine fire tests. Obviously you remember I did the APU fire test, which is all good, but before I started the engines I should have done the engine fire tests on both of the engines, just in case there were to be a fire and all the systems, all the warning systems, etc. were working nominally, etc. Which is not great. I probably would have been fired from my job if I was an airline pilot and forgot to do that. Well, not fired from my job, but you know what I mean. I would have been completely bollocked if that was the case. And of course along the landing gear, when we did the V1 rotate, shortly afterwards, a couple of seconds down the line, we should have just lifted up the the landing gear, but it was still engaged for about a minute or so, which is crazy. But yeah, everything's running nominally, everything's running fine, and should take a little while. For us to move on down to Italy, Sardinia. Looking forward to it. Seems like now we seem to be already Hawkey. So we're about halfway across the English Channel, so we'll soon be crossing into France soon. 2 hours might seem a long time, but it's actually not. It's quite quick, to be honest. I'm thinking that by the time we get there, it will be sort of a bit night. It will probably be slightly darker. I don't know if it's going to be pitch black sort of night time or not, but I know it's going to be obviously we're flying in the evening right now, and it will soon get dark. And plus, as far as I know, Sardinia has 1 hour, 1 hour plus in their time zone compared to England, so it will be even darker, I imagine. So that's going to be interesting when we get there. Okay, so I had connections with my... Okay, never mind. Successfully connected. That was a bit weird, seeing that. I thought if I had issues with my streaming data, then I'm pretty sure my stream would stop as well because of the internet connection, but never mind. It all seems to be good, running nominally. So that's alright. Okay. Might as well start serving people drinks in the stream, so I might as well start that. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Okay, it seems like there's no other workloads for me to do until we hit our top of descent, so I'm just going to leave it now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know on the chat. I'm going to be monitoring this flight, etc. We'll put some music on as well if no one's saying anything, and we'll just leave it from that and wait until we get to the top of the descent. Thanks to all the viewers so far that's joined the stream. Appreciate you watching it.
Goodness gracious, oh my.
Yeah, that's right. Stixon, you're correct. We are now in France. We've just passed the English Channel. You can see on the bottom right the actual map itself and the route that we're taking. So be able to sort of find out where we are within the world anyway. Yeah, you are correct.
love's kind. Been waiting for so long to feel alright. When you touch me, fire burns inside. Mesmerized, we gotta take a bite tonight. Cuánto tiempo he esperado, mami. Tú golpeas como un tsunami. Way the kisses making this frozen heart. Me salen venas como un tsunami. Cuerpo fuerte como un tsunami, sangre en venas como un tsunami. Tú golpeas como un tsunami, yeah. ¿Cuánto tiempo he esperado, mami? Tú golpeas como un tsunami, yeah. No pare, yeah. Como un tsunami, yeah. Como un tsunami, It happens only once in a lifetime. Your energy completely blows my mind. All love was meant for us, let's die tonight. Cuánto tiempo he esperado, mami. Tú golpeas como un tsunami. With the kisses making this frozen heart, mis venas como un tsunami. Cuerpo fuerte como un tsunami, sangre en venas como un tsunami. Tú golpeas como un tsunami, yeah. ¿Cuánto tiempo he esperado, mami? Tú golpeas como un tsunami, yeah. No pare, yeah. Como un tsunami, yeah. Como un tsunami. We are falling, compares to nothing we can. Feel all this life we're living, nunca dejaría un día así para querer. Tu cuerpo fuerte como un tsunami, sangre en venas como un tsunami. Tú golpeas como un tsunami, yeah. ¿Cuánto tiempo he esperado, mami? Tú golpeas como un tsunami, yeah. No pare, yeah. Como un tsunami, yeah. Como un tsunami, yeah. Cuerpo fuerte como un tsunami.
What you got? What you got? What you got? Come on. Everybody, gather round now. Somebody feel the heat. Don't you worry if you can dance. The music move your feet. The rhythm of the island, that sugar cane so sweet. You want to do the song that you listen to the beat. Come on. What you got? 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 The fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is the captain. I thought you would wish to know that we are about to reach our cruise altitude. We expect to remain at this height for the majority of the flight. Up to now, there are no anticipated delays ahead of us, and therefore you should arrive at your destination on time as scheduled. Naturally, if that situation changes, I will be sure to let you know. I'm sure Penny and the rest of the cabin crew are taking thoroughly good care of you. But please, if there is anything that will enhance your Easyjet experience or make your journey that little bit more comfortable, be sure and let them know. They are happy to assist you in whatever way they are able. That's all from me for the moment. I'm going to leave you in peace and in the very capable hands of our Easyjet cabin crew. Unless it is absolutely necessary, you won't hear from us again until shortly before landing. So, I invite you to sit back, relax, make the most of our in-flight hospitality and enjoy the remainder of our flight time together. And let me take this opportunity of thanking you for choosing to fly with us at Easyjet. We're proud to be Europe's largest, and as you know, the web's favourite airline.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
to know you're about till then. And I can't get anything done. I pretend that you're not the one. And I know we're wrong, we don't belong. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. I get all excited, then I lose my cool. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. I don't wanna fight it, gonna lose my cool. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. When I'm with you, I don't trust myself when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, when I'm with you. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. I've been lying right to my face, thinking it'd be different from all memories that I can't erase. All this time is still not enough, and I can't get anything done. I should know and I better run. Yeah, I know we're wrong and we don't belong. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. I get all excited, then I lose my cool. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. I don't wanna fight it, gonna lose my cool. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. When I'm with you, I don't trust myself when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, when I'm with you. I don't trust myself when I'm with you.
Like this city needs a rain, I miss you. Driving me insane, I need you. Like water on my tongue, bone dry like a hot July in a California sun. Hold on for me, baby, 'cause here I come. Hold on for me, baby, I need to taste you on my tongue. Bone dry like a hot July in the California sun. I'm coming for you. It's been a long time since I felt you in my hands. I'm a desert, and I'm burning in the sand. Your smile's the one thing that I know I can't forget. I've got dried out lips without your kiss, and I need to get them wet. Hold on for me, baby, 'cause here I come. Hold on for me, baby, I'm driving up the 101. I'm bone dry like a hot July in the California sun. I'm coming for you. Don't you know I'm coming for you, baby? Yeah, I'm coming for you. You. It's been a long time since I've had you by my side. I've lost a river from the tears I've cried and cried. I need to hold you, 'cause I'm hollow deep inside. There ain't no doubt my life's a drought when I'm not drinking you. I need you like this city needs rain. I miss you, and it's driving me insane. I need you like water on my tongue, bone dry like a hot July in the California sun.
we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So we're pretty much almost near Lyon. As you can see, the terrain changes a little bit now. We've got obviously the mountains and sort of hilly terrain to our left. I don't think you can see it in the distance at all because it is a bit far away, but you can see close up that the terrain is starting to get a bit more hilly now, so that's looking good. We're almost in line and past Lyon. We won't fly overhead on Lyon though. We will just fly past them. But it seems like we're almost halfway throughout the flight. So it wouldn't take too long until we go out of France and eventually go on to the Sardinian islands. Not too long after that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to flying down to Sardinia and going into that strange approach that they got, where in order to do the ILS flight, we'll be descending down and flying past the air, like literally overhead of the of the runway. Keep flying down to the southeast, and then make a whole U-turn and descend down and land into the airfield, which is a bit strange. Usually there would be a bit sort of a bendy route, and most of the time you don't really go overhead and go past the airfield, and those kind of approaches you just end up doing it in a different way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this approach. It'll be very interesting in how it turns out, and as well landing and actually taxiing down into the parking bays. I don't think it's the biggest airport in the world, so there won't be too many choices of where we can actually park up and taxi in. So it should be a relatively simple airport anyway. So it should be alright. As I said previously, if you guys have any more questions or anything to point out, feel free. I am still monitoring the chat. Music is still going throughout the flight. Obviously, when we get to the sort of just before the top of the descent, that's when we'll cut out the music and start focusing on the workloads for the remainder of the flight. So while we're still in France and not gone onto the Sardinian Islands yet, enjoy the flight and enjoy listening to the music that we got on board. Thank you very much. Stixon, we will be flying past, flying by next to Nice, but I don't think you'll be able to see it. I don't think it's. We might be able to see Nice or Nice. Nice. It just sounds hard to pronounce, to be honest. But we will be flying past it. We will not be flying overhead of Nice. I don't know how far Nice is going to be, but sort of when we get to the edge of France and sort of near to the shore, we'll find out anyway. But it seems like the flight trajectory of the autopilot is going to take us slightly above Antibes. Antibes sort of surrounding Le Canet, Cannes, Valoris, Biot, all sorts of different towns. But yes, we'll be flying down southeast, and Nice will be to the east of us, in a nutshell. In relation to the map, I'm seeing Nice. We are going to be on the west side of Nice, so the current view that you're seeing now, you'll probably be able to see Nice when we get to that point anyway. So it should be alright. It seems, I don't know, you probably might be able to see Nice. We're going to be flying closer to Nice than we did when we would fly past Lyon, because Lyon was quite far away, but Nice seems to be a bit more closer, so there's a good chance we might be able to catch a glimpse of it. So that should be alright. Yeah, that's right. Of course, Monaco as well, we may or may not be able to see it when we get there. But it's just best to keep your eyes peeled anyway. I think probably another 10 minutes or so, 10 to 5 minutes, we'll probably be able to see if we'll see Nice or not. But we'll see. Oh yeah, now as you say that, if you can see in the far distance, you'll probably be able to see the mountains, the actual, I believe the Alps from here. You see that little white mountainous patch over there, to the right? You should be able to see it. It's quite massive actually, good view. very interesting because I think you should be my personal tour guide to be able to say what's in the vicinity and have a little bit of history of Italy. You know what I mean? Well done, very nice.
And I got easy running through my veins, but I can fight. She's the light in the darkest of nights in my life. It just turned brand new, and she's shining the path, and I get it at last. No, no more lonely rides. Tonight we're gonna fight. She takes me up. And I won't let go. Now that I know, I won't let go.
Seems like there's a bit of turbulence going on here. I did notice that a little bit. So what I will do is just quickly put on the seatbelts temporarily, just for those passengers. Yeah, it seems like we're getting a bit turbulent there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on the seatbelt sign. You must now return to your seats and securely fasten your seatbelts. The lavatories are now not in service. Once again, please return to your seats and securely fasten your seatbelts.
our final destination. So it is going to be a bit more difficult for me to control the aircraft when the frames are dropped. Hopefully it's not dropped too much. Yeah, it should be alright. Yeah, not long now. It's already nearly a quarter left on the progress bar, as you can see. We're almost there. Need to stay on a bit longer, and hopefully when we reach the top of descent, which is not long, our top of descent is roughly halfway across the Sardinian island, and once we hit the top of descent, it will be roughly 10 or so minutes until we will be attempting the landing at a destination. And obviously, for those who don't know still, our destination is going to be Sardinia in Cagliari. I don't know how it's going to be with the night landing and what scenery we'll see, but I'm guessing obviously the night lights will be on and you'll be able to see a bunch of cities and sort of towns in Sardinia. So it should be quite interesting to see, which is fantastic. Yeah, it will not be long. We have roughly about 30 minutes of flight time left until we will be on the tarmac on the runway, so it shouldn't be long now. We will be landing soon. So for the remainder of our cruise, I hope you enjoy the flights, enjoy the music, and as I said, if there's any more questions or suggestions or whatever you want, feel free to say in the chat below. I'll still be monitoring it. Thanks for watching for those guys who are still on the stream. Appreciate it. And let's carry on with the rest of the flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. You may now move around the aircraft. However, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt securely fastened and visible to the cabin crew whenever you are seated. This is for your personal safety in case of sudden or unexpected turbulence. Having your seatbelt visible will negate the need for the cabin crew to wake you if you are sleeping and the seatbelt sign is switched on again. The lavatories are now in service.
Only going up
So as you can see, we won't be long now. We can already see that we're about, what do you call it? Let's see if I can set that to 160. Yeah, literally, the runway is about 160 nautical miles away, so we should be there soon. Which is good. We're still cruising at flight level 390, so eventually when we get to the top of descent, we will need to start moving down onto the transition altitude that states on the chart. So we might as well do our pre-descent sort of workload. Might as well do that a bit early, get it over with, and then we should be ready for the top of descent. Go down, descend, and then do the approach checklist, and hopefully land. I'm looking forward to this land as well, because this is going to be taking place during the night time. Obviously, you can see the sunset's already taken place, and the moon has risen up, and we're going to be landing in night time. I believe that is the French island, I believe, to our left of us right now. I'm pretty sure. So we're pretty close to the main island here, which is Sardinia, as you can see over there, right where I'm pointing on the cursor. It's very nice. So now as we're here, might as well fire up the flypad and find out what the current temperatures are, etc, etc. So we'll load that from some. It seems like we're still in the channels, the English channel, but there you go, it's updated now. Yeah, as you can see here, we're already nearly there, quite close to it now, so we might as well do the final checks. Corsica, yes, that's the one. Completely forgot what it was called. Corsica, the island where Napoleon Bonaparte was born. There you go. Thanks, Dixon. You really are a tour guide on this flight. Very nice, nice and entertaining for us right here. Okay, so fuel on board is 3,520 kilograms, which is nominal and perfect, because in case we needed to circle around the airfield for whatever reason, we have an extra sort of 30 minutes of fuel to be able to do that, and also we have enough fuel to go to our alternative airport as well, in case something did go wrong as well. So that's good. In the meantime, let's go ahead and start the preparing for the next phase of the flight. Obviously we have to fill out the QNH figures, etc, etc, so just in case we have to fly with the autopilot on, well, land with the autopilot on, doing the ILS approaches and stuff, it knows what it needs to be dealing with anyway on the approach. So that's 1018 before the QNH, which is that, and the temperature seems to be 19 degrees. Okay, so we'll put that in there. The magnitude and the wind, so it's 340 degrees with 12 knots of wind, which is quite a decent amount. So that's, what was it, 390, did it say? 340, yeah, 340. So we'll enter that along with the magnitude of 12 knots. Hold on a second. Yeah, 340 degrees, 12 wind. Okay, so now we've got to figure out the transition altitude for this flight before we get there. So let's have a look at our charts. We won't be looking at this one. We will be looking at the approach charts. so it's like translevel by ATC. We're not using ATC for this one, so transition altitude will be 6,000 for this one. So we'll fill that out. Missed approach. Just figuring out what this. Oh, okay. So that's the actual runway itself. We'll be approaching from Kovas all the way down. We should be at flight level 110 by the time we get to Kovas. So right there, right next to that airfield, we should be at flight level 110. So we will be approaching our top of descent soon. We might have to do it a bit earlier, but we'll see. And then eventually, sort of along that path, we gotta go to flight level 90, and eventually to 5,000. And before we actually start the turn to approach the airfield, we gotta be at least 5,000 feet. And by the time we do the actual turn itself, we will have to be at 4,000 feet, ready to catch the ILS. The ILS equipment, etc., ready to guide us to the tarmac, which is fantastic. So now 1x on nav. Okay, it's fantastic. So Kovas 110. Okay, we'll have a look at this later. We've already put the transition altitude in there. Got the approach and we've got the go around, which is all good and good to go. So we'll go back to the cruise, and sooner or later we'll be at the top of the set. Now looking at the actual approach sort of landing chart itself, yeah, as it says, transition altitude is 6,000, so by the time we get to 6,000 feet, we have to set the barometer from standard to the actual QNH that is said, which seems to be, what was it again? Have a look, 1018. So if we increase that on the emergency one, there we go. Oh, should be good to go. 1018. Just got to keep note of that. Yeah, that looks all good. Which looks fantastic. So obviously we'll be approaching that when we sort of do that turning, and we go past, and we've got to turn around again, make that U-turn basically, go around there and do like this. We start off at 4,000 feet, like I said when we did that turning, as I said. We'll be starting off at 4,000, pointing at a descent of sort of 305 degrees at an incline, and it should lead us to 2,800 feet, 2,700 feet. So in order to be able to catch the ILS, which is the equipment that actually guides us to the actual tarmac, we have to be at a level of 2,700 feet by the D83 checkpoint, which is here. So by the time we get there, we have to do that. It looks kind of interesting on this navigation as well. It's very weird. I don't seem to trust it that much. I don't know. We know where to go and how to do it, but we'll put the landing instrumentation on as well. Yeah, it just seems a bit strange. Very weird. So that's the actual runway itself. And then we've got, apparently it's a turn right or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Actually, did we set our destination? Yeah, we did. We did, didn't we? Let's just double check that. We did. Okay, it's cool. Just double checking that. I seem to get a bit paranoid when this looks like fucking canned spaghetti on the fucking map. So I don't know. If the autopilot does go haywire, I'll just manually control it and set the actual heading for the autopilot to go exactly where I want it to go. But I don't know. It seems a bit off. Unless, I don't know. It seems a bit weird. Very weird. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I believe we're now on the actual island on Sardinia, flying overhead as well. So it should be quite interesting to do. So at 4,000, yeah, up to 2,400. Okay, makes sense. That's brilliant. So might as well do that. We're almost approaching the top of descent as well. In not long now. We will be there soon. Yeah, you can see we're now flying above Sardinia, as you can see. And yes, as I predicted, the frames are dropping quite a bit as well. So we'll just do roughly about 2 minutes of this. Yeah, just went over Porto Torres and its island Asinara. Awesome. Okay. Sassari. Yeah, you can see it on the literal left. Very nice. Just right below us, I assume. I don't know, it seemed a PEDA. I'm hoping it goes to a PEDA. Let's just double check this. Where is it going to go? Is that it? A PEDA, there you go, a PEDA. Alright, fantastic. Okay, so I know it's doing something right. I know it's right. CAG is literally directly above the airfield, so literally right there. And then for some reason it just doesn't show the last bit that we're gonna do up there. Maybe if I were to zoom in a little bit more, if I were to go to 80, it might show it. We'll see. Hey, fun fact, look at that. really are like a tour guide now. The Asinara Islands we also used as a prison in the late times. It's also home of its own species of white albin donkeys. White donkeys? Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, I think we'll start our top of descent now. I don't want it to drag around too long, so we'll start descending down.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit,
110.
this is the captain. You will be delighted to know that we will shortly be starting our descent to our destination. The cabin crew will soon start preparing for our arrival and securing the cabin for landing. I would ask that you ensure all aisles are clear for the crew as they start making their way around the aircraft. I would also ask that you hand them any bottles, cups, wrappers and newspapers, amongst other rubbish that you do not intend to take with you when you depart. I'm sure you will afford them every courtesy and respect as they do this. Your assistance will be greatly and most appreciated by the entire crew. Just a quick reminder that when I flip on the fasten seatbelt signs, the lavatories will no longer be in service, so, if you need to go, now is the time. I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us here at Easyjet. For now though, please, sit back and relax. I would also encourage you to enjoy those magnificent views as we descend and prepare for landing. I hope that you enjoy the short remainder of our flight together. Once again, thank you for choosing to fly with us at Easyjet. Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is the captain. The more awake amongst you may have noticed we've begun our descent for landing. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to illuminate the fasten seatbelt sign, at which point the cabin crew will begin to secure the cabin for landing. This will include locking the lavatories. So, if you need to use the facilities, now is the time. You may assist the cabin crew by handing them any rubbish or remaining service items you may have. For now, please, sit back, relax, enjoy those magnificent views as we descend to our destination and enjoy the short remainder of our flight together.
Yes, as I was saying, we're now on top of the descent and moving down, and hopefully going to go down to flight level 110 by the time we get to Covas, I believe. Yeah, it should be Covas, which shouldn't take long. We are descending a bit quickly with 33 on the descent. It's not too bad, but we should be fine. By the time we are above 100, flight level 100, I believe we will be restricted to a speed of 250 knots, I'm pretty sure, but we should be fine. Ah, yes. Now we can see Apida. Fantastic. Right. Apida is pretty much sort of before the plane turns around and does this massive U-turn and goes towards the airfield. It's interesting. Yeah, so LIEE is the actual airfield itself. As I said before, we'll be flying literally overhead, over the airfield, going down to Apida, making a U-turn, and then we'll intercept the ILS, etc., and start to land, which is a very, very weird looking approach. Like, I've never seen something like this before. Literally doing overhead the airfield and making a whole U-turn. Usually it would be something like sort of around sort of this sort of time you'd want to start like sort of, you know, bending around and then sort of eventually go up there. Or if we were to go to the other side of the airfield, we'll like go around like this instead of go above the airfield, which is a bit strange. Yeah, it's very interesting. Seems like we are getting just a little bit of turbulence. If this keeps going on, yeah, it seems like it keeps going on. So I think we'll put on the seatbelt signs on now. And that should be all prepped up and good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on the seatbelt sign. You must now return to your seat and securely fasten your seatbelt. The lavatories are now not in service. Once again, please return to your seat and securely fasten your seatbelt.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is the captain. I just wanted to inform you that we're expecting turbulence up ahead. As a safety precaution, I've turned on the seatbelt sign. For your safety, please return to your seat, if you are not yet seated. Then, remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened, for a few minutes until the light is turned off. Thank you.
It seems we're descending a bit too slow, so I think we'll put the speed brakes on it a little bit, just so we can start descending a bit more. The frames are crazy for this one. It's been 2 hours and didn't do much. But yeah, we're getting close to the airfield now. Literally, you can probably see it down there somewhere. It's probably down there, I imagine. Or here. Yeah, probably here. I don't know. We'll see eventually. Yeah, I'm kind of worried now because I'm not descending quick enough. Probably increase it a bit more. Just a tad. So we start descending a bit quicker. Is that where you live then, next to the airfield? Next to the airport, I'm guessing. Must be pretty noisy then. Beach on the left, so all the way down there on this right Oh, I see. Very nice. Come on, man. Descend, you fucking idiot. Very nice. Oh, it seems like it's following a heading now. Okay. Very interesting. Well, I guess we'll just have to manually do it then. Very interesting. Why is it not giving me that? Or maybe not. Hold on a second. What is going on here? It's being a retard. Okay, right. I knew something like this was going to happen, so I'm just going to keep descending. Whatever. So I'll just do a manual heading and tell the autopilot to keep descending. Damn. I don't know what happened there. Very weird. Obviously descending quite quickly, but yeah. Not sure all the passengers would enjoy me descending that quickly. The funny thing is you can't see anything, it's pitch black as well. It's too much, man. I know roughly where a PEDA is, so we'll just quickly correct ourselves.
For the attention of the cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing. Thank you.
We'll just have to manually do it ourselves. With the actual navigation part, because it seems like the waypoints were messed up, which was a bit weird. I didn't, well, I did kind of expect that to happen just a little bit, but yeah, we've got to keep going down and sort of correct ourselves a little bit. Then we'll pull off a massive right turn just to stay in line. Do the heading now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with
seems
you.
like massive
The toilets
right
are
there.
no longer in service.
God, it's difficult trying to navigate yourself in this scenario. Plane is going quick and shit like that. It's just ridiculous. There you go, almost got it. Almost got it, man. Just got to line ourselves up now. As you can see, the actual airfield down there. When we see the actual airfield on the map, that's when we start to engage the actual landing gear and landing lights, etc. We also need to set that to the correct reading as well. There you go, perfect. And then obviously you got the approach as well. So 2,700. Yeah, we'll go down there then. Might as well switch on all the landing lights as well, just to get that out of the way and get it ready. Also set the flaps to the appropriate. Oh, bit of an overspeed there. Oopsie. Okay. So we go in for the approach now. There you go. Just following it now. We will kind of ignore the overspeed warnings because we are going a bit fast.
$2,500.
This is going to be very interesting. Fuck off. Yeah, we know. I know I'm going too quick. Just slow yourself down, mate. And put the second autopilot on as well. Nearly there. Yeah, go away. Seems like this massive cock-up has done quite a lot. We'll put the landing gear down as well, just so we actually can land.
For the attention of the cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
1,000.
Please stop. Alarm the spoilers as well. Oh. Make sure the cabin's ready.
500. 400. 300.
'Seems like we're going a bit fast. We'll let the autopilot do this.
100.
It's very strange.
40. 30. 10. Retard.
There we go.
Retard.
Holy shit. Fucking hell, that was a windy one.
Retard.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Retard. Retard.
Holy shit. Yeah, let's put the reverse thrusters on. Holy fucking shit. It's calling me a retard and shit and everything. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. That was interesting. Sure wasn't one of my smoothest landings. Yeah, well, we've now landed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Jesus.
Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening
At
the
least we
lockers in
survived.
case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Holy shit. That was a crazy landing. I mean, wow. That everything just came up to me at once. That was not good at all. That's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination.
Okay, we'll get rid of the spoilers, put the flaps all the way up.
We will do this only when we have
Put all the landing lights off.
On behalf of Easyjet,
Set
the
that
captain, the first officer, and the crew,
taxi.
it has been our great pleasure having you on board with us today. We hope to see you on board with us
The
here
master
at
switch
Easyjet
for that
again
on.
very
Get
soon.
the APU ready. Yeah, impressively terrifying. That's right. That's basically 2 words to sum it up. In a nutshell. That was crazy. Holy shit. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can definitely be improved for that one. We were going a bit too quick, I would say. That's one of the things that we're a bit off. Yeah, we'll carry on taxiing down until we get onto the one of the taxiways available to be able to turn in to park. I believe it should be soon. I believe it's that one. Yeah. We'll just go turn into that one. But no, yeah, that basically to sum up, that was a bit terrifying. So now we're just gotta taxi ourselves up to one of the available jetways, which should be around here. Yeah, we should turn into here. Oh, didn't want to stop completely. Didn't mean that. Oopsie. We also want to start the APU as well. Very interesting flight, I'd say. Where do we park? That's the thing, I don't know. Everything seems too dark for me. Is that? Yeah, that's another plane down there. We could go right here, I think. Can I? I don't know. Or left. Not really sure. We will just move up. And we'll also turn off the strobe. Don't want that around. Because it can be a bit annoying. Okay, so apparently in here. Don't want to do an actual. Where the fuck are, oh, I think that's probably where they are, isn't it? No, I don't know. This seems to be a very strange airport to me because there's no markings telling you where you can land and shit. So I'm just gonna literally land right here. Oh, hold on. Is that? Hold on a second. What? Wait a minute. You want me to? Oh, okay. That is very strange. Very strange. Pretty strange indeed. Do you know what? We'll just leave it as that. We'll see if we could request like some sort of service to us. We'll just leave it as that. Fuck it. Because it seems to be buggy because the jetway is actually inside the building. Yeah, nice. Thank you, Sardinia. Thank you. Lovely. Right, now we've landed and we're in our forceful jetway. We'll unlock the cockpit door and turn off the engines. There you go. Fantastic. Cool. Carry on with that. Turn off those bloody lights. Turn off that.
Cabin crew, doors to manual, please.
We'll request whatever to come forward and try to help us out here, but that will do anything.
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open doors.
Yep, open the doors and go into no stairs. It just falls to your death, why don't you? Very strange. Very, very strange. Something, I don't know, maybe I need to find some sort of mod that has this airport or something next time I land here, because these rendered textures of the buildings and stuff, we've got the jetway stuck in there for some reason. It's very weird. But yeah, should be good. Alright, might as well turn everything off. Turn that off. Turn that off as well. Yeah, all good. turn the seatbelts off. Always good. Okay, let's start from top to bottom now. We'll turn off all the ADAs. We do not have ground power, unfortunately, because I don't know where the fuck we landed. Well, where we parked, but it seems to be a bit off. We'll turn off the oxygen supply. We'll turn off all the fuel pumps as well. Obviously the APU has its own fuel pump, so we don't have to worry about that. It's still going to be providing us power. So good. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, yeah, no smoking, set that off. Emergency exit lights. Yep, dome lights, now we'll keep this on for a second. Overhead panels, I guess we can just leave it as that, as it is. Do you know what? We'll just...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived safely at our destination. On behalf of myself, the first officer, Penny, and the cabin crew, may I say what a great pleasure it has been to have you on board this Easyjet service with us today. We hope you enjoyed your Easyjet flight. We all wish you a safe onward journey. It is our sincere hope to see you on board with us again, very soon. Once again, thank you for choosing Easyjet, and we wish you safe travels.
Cool, we'll just pretend that all these passengers are deboarded and shit, because it seems like there's a bunch of issues going on with this airport. Obviously it's bloody runways and the taxi markings and stuff like that. They know exactly where to park, that's the thing, until you get close. It's even worse when it's night time as well, you can't see shit. So it's even worse. Literally the APU is the only thing that's powering us right now. So we turn that off, then we finish it. So we might as well do the honours. Everything seems to be good. Seems to be nominal. Everything's switched off. Everything's good to go. We might as well turn the iPad off because fuck them. It's fucking useless. Come on, there you go. Yeah, everything's all good. Yep. All good.
Can you do that toilet and basin, Rosie?
Wow. Yeah. Come down with the mobile stairs from the door you saw, then you climb on the other stairs onto the plane. Okay, whatever. What's that? Brakes hot. Why are you saying brakes hot now? You literally parked. Delay takeoff for call. We'll turn the that. Might as well put on the brake fans on, because for some reason it seems like the brakes are hot now after we've just parked and stopped. Why wasn't it hot when we was braking during the, you know, that's just weird. Interesting. Might as well get rid of that. Whatever. Do you know what, we'll just clear that. There you go. And we'll switch that off because that is just bullshit. Yeah. Okay, I think we can call it as that. we'll switch off the APU. There you go, and we have no power. And that was good. Everything's switched off. Good to go. Now everything's running on battery power. Might as well turn off. Actually, no. We'll just do that and turn off the battery itself. There you go. All good. Notice, as you can see here, that's the emergency instrumentation here. In case all the power went out, you can still sort of know where you're flying, but now that's out as well. Yeah, it's interesting. Yep, cold and dark now, so we can successfully call it quits now and get out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was a bit of a rough landing at the end, just a tad. We'll look at report right now and find out how our landing was and stuff like that. So the flight summary, apparently, to the flight report on self-loading cargo, is that this was a perfect flight. It kind of was. I mean, we had so many issues and we dealt with it quite relatively okay-ish for my sort of level of experience of flying the aircraft. I communicated effectively with the cabin crew during all the critical flight phases, so ensuring their safety. Control of the aircraft was faultless, which makes for very comfortable passengers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. My landing was excellent. Well done. You see, it was a bit fast, that landing, and what I forgot to do was, when we landed, I forgot to retract the throttle on the engines just before touchdown. So that's why I kept getting the retard warning whenever I touched down on the runway, because my engines were still running, so therefore I was still speeding up, well, not slowing down basically, and the brakes were on. That's why they got hot. The spoilers were on and stuff like that, trying to attempt to fight it, but obviously the engines are more powerful. So that's when I realised, oh shit, I forgot to retract the engine throttle, and that's why we sort of got to the end of that runway. Otherwise we would have stopped around the halfway about. But they did say, not only did you ensure passenger comfort apparently, but the positive touchdown ensured the aircraft would be controlled safely during rollout. I mean, it was kind of a bit shaky, to be honest, because of the frames. It was a bit hard to control the aircraft, I'd say. Overall, my passengers were slightly less satisfied than when they first got on board, so there's some room for improvement. Okay, whatever. So my scheduled departure was at 3:40. We actually departed at 3:42, so that's 2 minute delay, which is literally nothing, so it's okay. Our scheduled arrival would be at 17 minutes past 8. We arrived at the airfield at 4 minutes past. No, not 8. We're on about 6. 5, no, 5. 5. Pretty sure it's 5. Yeah, 5. No, 6. 17 minutes past 6 Zulu time. Our scheduled arrival was, and we arrived at 4 minutes past 6 Zulu time. So as a result, we arrived early, which is quite surprising. But yeah, that was quite interesting. So apparently there's all the good points there. I stayed within comfortable G-force limits throughout the flight. I don't know about that one. Seems a bit weird. My pitch control was excellent, passengers had no complaints. My roll control was excellent, passengers had no complaints. I taxied the aircraft at appropriate speeds throughout the flight. So yeah, I guess we did. I stayed on the taxiway at all times, so that's great. We didn't end up in the grass or anything like that, so that's cool. I performed a safe and successful takeoff, which was great. I managed the cabin crew correctly during the takeoff, which is amazing as well. The only problem was apparently I forgot to turn on the landing lights below 10,000 feet during my landing approach. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I put on my landing lights, so I think that's bullshit. My airspeed was slightly above 250 knots while the aircraft was below 10,000 feet. I'd say so. That's something I can improve upon. And I managed the cabin crew correctly during approach and landing. So basically, apparently my pilot grade is A+, which seems bullshit. I don't think I deserve an A+ for that, especially for that landing. So apparently the actual landing rate was minus 137 feet per minute, which is not bad. It's quite firm, but not tough. It's basically the perfect landing for safety, I'd say, because you don't want to land too smoothly and you don't want it to land too hard. If you land too smoothly, the spoilers might not deploy, which is critical to be able to slow down without using the reverse thrust, and instead of relying wholly on the brakes. At 1.01 G, so it's not bad. Passenger rating is 90.6%, so it's better than the last flights that I had with passenger ratings, so that's good. But yeah, that concludes the Easyjet flight from London Gatwick Airport to Cagliari, Elmas Airport. I hope you enjoyed that flight. I will do another stream flying somewhere else soon. In fact, no, I'll be streaming the actual return flight. So I'll be streaming another flight pretty soon, maybe either tomorrow or the day after, or in a few hours actually, you never know. Actually going from Cagliari back to London Gatwick, so that's going to be interesting. You'll get to see everything, all the views, and etc. in a different time. Hopefully I'm aiming to land at Gatwick during the daytime as well, or at least in the evening, not during the night, just so we can have a little variation of landing and taking off, etc. entirely during the day. And obviously probably the weather is going to be different, who knows, so it might get worse, it might get even clearer. Of course, when we were sort of coming towards Nice, or Nice, whatever you pronounce it, we saw a bunch of clouds down below and we had a bit of turbulence as well. Hopefully maybe next time it would be a bit better, or whatever, or if it's worse we'll have a bit of a more challenge, so we'll see. But yeah, that concludes the stream, so thanks for watching the stream. I hope to see you soon.
been talking in my sleep, been running deep, looking for us. I've been playing hide and seek. I felt the heat, but never enough. I was waiting till the sky was falling, held my breath till every single star had aligned. On my mind, I never saw it coming. Didn't think you'd wake me with a kiss like this. You wake me with a kiss. 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 Leaves are bright, and the sky is gray, and the sky is gray. I've been for a while, on a winter's day, I'd be safe and warm, if I was in LA, if I was in LA. California dreaming, on such a winter's day.